We do the hot rod boogie. Hot rod boogie. Hot rod boogie. Hot rod boogie. I got the keys in my hand. I'm a paramount hot rod man. I got the forenoon moon just sitting in my hand. I'm a paramount hot rod man. Let's smoke them out, boys. I'm a paramount hot rod man. I got me forenoon moon just sitting on the wheels. I'll be getting more girlies than a paramount do. Come on, baby, it's gonna be a hoot. I got a nice cool slab of brick sitting. Drop in the floor again, man. Smoke 'em on.
Right, there was a bit of a golf tournament out at the golf course. And first place was Bruce Glanville with a score of 22. Second place was Brenton O'Reilly with a 17, and third place Andrew Grigg with a 16. If those guys are available to come and get their prizes, that'd be great. In scale, and the number one Mini Cruiser was entrant number 3, Ryan Russell, with his green 32 Ford with flames. Right, custom bike was sponsored by Saint Side, and the top custom bike was entrant number 5, Anthony Mamoni, with his orange custom bike. Actually, I should keep saying in between everything, Mulwala or Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism. Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism. For the simple reason that if it wasn't for them, the prices wouldn't be as low as we've been able to achieve. Also, we didn't have to get a marquee. But the poker run, we had a wonderful event in regards to guys driving around. The response from the traders was absolutely astounding. They were so rapt it just didn't matter. Being Rich Glen Olive Oil, the Big Strawberry, Barrowmine Homestead and Brewery, Christie's Museum, Lake Mulwala Hotel Motel. They were all absolutely rapt in the response. Now, there were a couple of raffles at some of those places. At the Big Strawberry, proprietors Darren and Tammy Hayes. Now, it's a $500 hamper from them. Yep, that's it. Right, now as you can see, there is an aluminium trolley jack stands, as well as a whole pile of product, to the value of $500. And the winner was Mel Gregory. And we've only got a postcode of 3029. So Mel Gregory. If you're not here, we'll keep going. We've got a couple of others that... got to show his licence, I suppose. All right. Well, what we'll do then, mate, come down, come and get it for him. Yep. Yep. No worries. Fantastic. Christie's Museum, which one's that? Right, Christie's Museum, every guy's favourite shed. Entrant number 47. Unfortunately, I do not have a name. Entrant number 47. I've got a phone number if he's not here. Right, Lake Mulwala Hotel Motel, they're giving a $200 accommodation voucher, and the winner of that is John Jennings. Right, we haven't got the voucher here, but they'll get in touch with you. We've got your phone number. Right, now the poker run winner with a hand of 4 queens was entrant number 696, Brian Amos. Brian Amos. Right, the Go-to-Woe competition, which unfortunately, didn't end up the way we'd planned, but the thing is that we'd put things in place to make sure that, nothing nasty happened. I'm glad, apart from the damage to the vehicle, that, that was all that happened. It could have been quite horrendous if it was a little bit earlier where there were people standing behind the hay bales, etc., even though you told them to move on. It was something so very, very simple that happened. It wasn't his accelerator linkage, it was the inner and outer of his cable that bound up because he was pushing so hard. And naturally, we feel sorry for him for what had happened, but everything as far as we put into place worked. A few of our club members got scratches and the like, and Steve Penn, who actually either got hit by the straw when the car hit it or whatever, is here at the moment, and he's perfectly all right, so that's the most important thing. Right, the winner of the Go-to-Woe in a time of 5.04 was Dean Nutini with his 28 Ford pickup, entrant 462. That's Steve there, so just to show you he's all right. Mentally he's never been all right, but physically he's okay. And one thing I should say with Steve is that he with another club member, Nigel, produced the trophies. Yes, very nice. He wanted to do something a little bit different, and I think we've achieved that. The next one is Top Cruiser, was sponsored by Ausden, and entrant number 104, Tracy Sires, with a 32 two-door. Tracy, around. No, we'll find her. Right, now these are sponsors' choice. You know, the club really only want to have a top 10, but some of the sponsors insisted that you know, they have their own sponsor trophy, and they are from All Cars in Scale, entrant number 256, Albie Olver, and his 32 Roadster. Also from John Bianti, entrant number 498, Calvin Pope with his 40 Coupe. You got it here. From Rustic Signs, entrant number 663, Guido Gatt with his Buick LeSabre convertible. Also from Deluxe Rod Shop, this is a rookie rodder, we'll call them. Entrant number 519, Curtis Grimmer. Which one's that? Guido was Rustic Signs. And from one of our other major sponsors, Oliver Hume Silverwoods, which are the estate out at the golf course. They've been very generous to us, and their pick is entrant number 89, Neil Fletcher with his Cadillac. Jean and John Wilson here. Down there. Each year we present a memorial award to Tina Wilson, and this year the winner of the Tina Wilson Memorial Award for Female Rodder is entrant number 240, Kelly Kendall with a 28A Ford.
The reason that Kelly is receiving this award is most of the work done on this car she has done herself. It's a car very much after Tina's own heart.
Also, we have, in memory of her children, Crystal, Nathan and Tegan, being sponsored by the club, is entrant 447, Danny Engel with his blue Buick.
Tina's children represented all parts of the rodding culture. Crystal and Nathan were there for the social side. We all love the social side. Tegan was going to follow in her mum and dad's footsteps and be a car girl. The other thing that I would mention at this point is this is Tegan's final resting place. So it is fitting that she be remembered by us all where she is resting.
Now we, from the club to some of our sponsors, appreciation awards. If there are representatives here, please come up. The Rubber Connection, Hot Rod Hardware, All Cars in Scale, Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism Bureau, and Lowbake Australia. If we have representatives here to come up, I'd appreciate it. All disappeared, so we'll move right on. I don't know whether I mentioned it all, Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism at all, but I'll mention it again. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to achieve the prices for the entry, etc., that we did.
Yeah, just thanks to everyone for coming, making it such a great weekend, and we hope it just gets bigger and better every year from here on in. Thank you, and have a safe trip home.
Right, the top 10. Now, naturally, in no particular order. Right, the top 10. And we've got, apart from the trophy, we've got a few goodies to give away as well. If the winner is not here, if there's a club member or someone that knows them, or someone that just wants to take a trophy home, right, the first one is Wayne Marshall, entrant number 163 with his 34 Ford Coupe, sponsored by Lowbake Australia. Next one up, sponsored by Shannon's Insurance, is entrant number 185, Kelvin Ismet Burns, with his 32 Ford Coupe. The next one, sponsored by our good friend Uncle Norm at Aussie Desert Cooler, is entrant number 89, Neil Fletcher, with his 56 Cadillac. Next one up, sponsored by Rods North, is entrant number 119, Peter Koning, with his 37 Ford convertible. Very beautiful car. I wonder who did the tech inspection. The next one up is Henry's Rod Parts. Entrant number 164, Dave Shearing, with his 33 Ford Vicky. Had to put the sock on it because I had wind. Right, the next one up, Western Smash Repairs. Entrant number 106, Bill Kladikis, with his 32 Ford Coupe. Oh, I forgot. Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism. And all I can say is, for the next 3 years, Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism. The next one up is from National Auto Parts. Entrant number 701, Ian Cumming, with his 54 Chev pickup from Tassie. And naturally, I must say that if anyone wants to go to a good event coming up next Easter, is the Tassie Nats. If you haven't booked a spot on the boat, you might be swimming across. But I think it should be a great event. Next one up, from Bundalong Tavern, entrant number 510, Neil Buck, with his 34 pickup. Right, now don't forget, we've got all the raffle here once we finish with the top 10, so please don't disappear. We've got a lot of product to give away, and some of it is valued up towards $1,500, so please hang around. The next one, it's from Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism. That's the way it should be. Entrant number 534, Nathan Bell, with his 55 Chevy two-door. And definitely last but definitely not least, presented from the club, is entrant number 756, Peter Lovett, with his 34 Nash Coupe. Right, next we have the ASRF dedicated rodder, and we have Maury Stevens, who will present that from the club.
Okay, thank you to everyone for your attention and your patience. Just a couple of things that I'd like to say first up. The ASRF Dedicated Rodder Award is an award that is presented to a person of long standing and due diligence to the belief, support and future projection of our federation throughout Australia. There are 6 of these presentations done every year in each state at major affiliated rod runs. This year's recipient is like so many who have won this award in the past. He's been a member since the foundation of the ASRF And this brief outline that I present is but a snapshot of his love and dedication to this great rewarding lifestyle of street riding in Australia. The nominated recipient for 2013 started his interest at a very early age, as many do, buying and making models and purchasing American hot rod magazines, as well as being inspired by the adrenaline rush of Riverside Dragway. Before he obtained his licence, he'd engaged in some early 32 Chev, Coupe and Roadster constructions, but his real passion was realised with the American T-Bucket. He was inspired by Ian Splatt's creative T-Bucket, and it was not long before his own creation was underway. How ironic that this award-winning T-Bucket would eventually map a signature brand in our rod construction industry. Like so many rodders, the T-Bucket made way for the onset of family. But rather than walking away from the hobby, he and his dedicated wife continued to find, build and sell many family-friendly vehicles over the years, until he purchased an incomplete 40 Ford Coupe from Adelaide in 1991. It has been pride of place for some years now and continues to bring joy for his expanding family members. His dedication to the ASRF is reflected since its foundation. He even took a year's suspension for being so desperate to drive his T-Bucket at the 75 Nationals after having been towed by my 32 Little Sport all around the 73 Nationals. He took the risk, as many did, by putting on a number plate just so that he could drive it. Remember, for all of the younger ones of today, back in the 70s, it was just truly another world. Sorry guys, I have to read it. I just couldn't do it without it. In the true spirit of this particular event's conclusion, he threw himself into real genuine dedication to the ASRF by initially volunteering for the DC rep of his club. He became involved in the committees for setting up legitimate registrations for hot rods and modified vehicles. Has always had a proactive approach to support. Even up to current day, he gives his time willingly to anything related to the ASRF. He has been part of a successful family business in rod, race, custom building and constructions. He has been a part of drag racing in sedan and older class and was a diligent scrutineer at Calder Drags. He even survived a high-speed crash at Calder many years ago. Luckily, vehicle construction and safety were the keys to his escape from bad injury. Currently, the one piece of important reflection for this fellow rodder is the collective gratitude to his dedication to his fellow ASRF members in forging the quest to ensure a fair go in our last bike rod run in 2012. The area of the entrance costs and accommodation and fair go was exhausted, and rather concede to the greed, he encouraged you all to pilgrimage to another venue with us, and he, along with many hard-working, dedicated members, have succeeded to rewrite another chapter in the Australian street riding history. Age has not dulled his passion for the right attitude to his beloved sport. May all the younger rodders out there take up his passion and belief for the positive future of the ASRF affiliation with our sport. On behalf of the Northern Suburbs Street Rod Club, all members of course, and the ASRF, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2013 Dedicated Rodder Award to our longest serving club president, Ray McDonald.
What can I say? Slightly emotional. You start off doing something because you enjoy it. You keep doing something because you enjoy it. Then you try to create something for others to enjoy. I've been extremely fortunate that I've been able to enjoy this particular hobby since I joined the Thunderbirds in 1964. I love the sport. I love the people involved in it. You know, everyone is so friendly. You know, nobody, well, not everybody has a bad word for everybody else. I think that the camaraderie that is in this hobby is absolutely phenomenal. And to see where it's come from back in the early 60s where you know, we were the ones that the coppers hunted and so forth because of our souped up early cars, etc., to the acceptance of what we've got here right now and what we've achieved this weekend is absolutely unbelievable. But I'd just like to say that, as you'd imagine, you can't do this sort of stuff. Without a beautiful wife and a dedicated woman being my wife Ruth. Thank you very, very much. Now I've got to keep going. Right, we've got a lot of prizes there. They vary from radiator from Uncle Norm for something like $1,200. There's coilover shockers from McDonald Brothers. There's polish and there's steering column. Unfortunately, I can't remember all their names, but Hot Rod Hardware. We've got roller rockers from Crow Cams. If they're not the right ones, they'll be swapped over for the right brand. We've got the steering wheel from Billet Specialties. Then there's a pile of polish and so forth. So what we've tried to do is we've grouped together items with a bit of value. So now it's a simple case of if you've got the ticket number, you come up, you pick the gift that you'd like, and away you go. We'll keep them going because, believe it or not, we've got 50 of them. So if you can't win something, there's something wrong. Take a deep breath. Firstly, thank you very much to the 850 entries that we received over the weekend. Naturally, what has happened over the last 12 months has been quite amazing. The first thing I must say is the club themselves have to thank the Satellite City Street Rod Club for the simple reason they held an event here, and we didn't want to tread on their toes, of course, and we went to their club meeting and we requested that if we could hold our event in their territory. I'm glad to say that it was an affirmative, and naturally to the Satellite City Street Rod Club and its members, we would very much like to thank them. And a heck of a lot has happened over 12 months, as you'd imagine, to be able to take an event that's so set in stone over at Bright and bring it into a new area, and to set it all up has been quite a chore. And I can only say that the guys in the club, on the committee, as well as the Gophers and so forth, what they've achieved in the last 12 months has been absolutely amazing, and I must thank them very, very much. I'm glad to say that this year we've got the new Mayor of Yarrawonga here, Peter Mansfield, and he'd like to say a couple of words to us.
Thank you, Ray. On behalf of the Mulwala Shire, as the Mayor, I'd really like to welcome all the new street rodders here, and it's been terrific for the town, terrific for the area, not just Yarrawonga, Mulwala, but the whole area. And I was up the street on Friday and Saturday night, and it was just absolutely marvellous to see all you people about having such a great time. We'd like to especially thank, on behalf of the Mulwala Shire, the Yarrawonga Mulwala Tourism, who assisted you people in putting this show together, especially a lady that was the forefront of it all, and that's Penny Tregenza, and she did an absolutely terrific job. Thank you, Penny. I don't know if she's still here. I think she's been working 24/7 for the last 6 months to make sure it runs over. Now we'll be having a bit of a meeting in the next couple of weeks to see what went wrong and what went right. and we will address those without a doubt. You can be rest assured for next year. And one of the particular ones is what you're standing on. We expect it to be green next year, so that'll be one good thing. Anyway, I'd especially like to thank you all, and I'll hand back to Ray for the presentation.
Also, the response that we've had from the police have been absolutely amazing. I don't know whether Acting Senior Sergeant John Higgins is here. I'd really like him to come up and say hello, of course, but we've had Dave Griffin from the Highway Patrol up here, as well as the inspector, etc., and the words from them is that they are just so happy with what we've done, how we've done it, and how we've presented ourselves. So it's literally a pat on our own backs to say that you guys come up here to have a good time. It's been shown that we can have a good time without alcohol, because we didn't want to have alcohol involved in it whatsoever, and I think that's been achieved. We've got to nip it in the bud straight away so we don't end up with a situation like we did a couple of years ago or even last year. But unfortunately John's not here, so we'll move right on. Now we have a heck of a lot of trophies and giveaways, as you can see. Now I would have loved to have presented Penny with a little something from the club. As was mentioned by Peter, the amount of work that this woman has put in for us is absolutely amazing. She has done an absolutely phenomenal job. The amount of phone calls, the contact, etc., she has just been tremendous. But the unfortunate part about it, oh, we found her. There she is. I'd like to ask her, well, not ask her, but if she'd like to say a couple of words to us, because without her assistance this would not have happened, I can assure you.
Thanks, Ray. I won't take that as gospel, because if it wasn't for Ray and the NSSR team, this wouldn't have happened at all. I'd like to welcome you all here to Yarrawonga, Mulwala in the Sun Country region. Looking forward to having you back next year, and if we can make it bigger and better again, we'll work really hard at doing that.
And a little something from the club to Penny in thanks. Right, now a little bit of ado was made in regards to our number one entrant. If guys are on Facebook and Ozrodders and all that sort of stuff, our entrant number one, we opened entries at 6 o'clock on the morning, and I think by 6:01 or 6:35 Steve had actually put his entry in and paid for it, etc. So if Steve Jones is around, we've got a little presentation for him. It's only because he wanted to make a big deal of it we had to. We also got Steve to do a couple of royal chores, being the number one entrant, and that was that he had the option to pick an entrant, and he has picked entrant number 377, being Heather Slater with a 32 black coupe. Is Heather around, please? Here she is. Now the people, the young couple in front of me are the guys Shane and Mudgie that did all the entries over the last 6 or 8 months. Now what you've got to realise is they're in their early 20s, and to have a young couple of guys willing to take on such a big job was absolutely astronomical, and yeah, the job they've done has been absolutely fantastic. And they would like to present to Steve. They would like to present to Steve a presentation from themselves to him. Wait on.
What we've organised here is a one-off banner signed by all the club members, and that's for you, and we've got a couple other goodies for you too, mate, so that's something you won't be able to buy.
What am I doing with it now?
Keep holding it.
And like I said, it's only because he made a big deal out of it. It must be for me. It hasn't stopped all weekend.
Toilet 4 needs cleaning.